This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Chelsea. Chelsea is a champion surfer, so she's accustomed to moving super fast, which is why she relies on super fast broadband brought to her through Flow's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her family sharing and surfing and saving each month. Combined, she bundles her Flow mobile, home phone, and TV services, so she can enjoy much more for much less, and so can you. Visit any Flow retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
It's Wednesday, June the 1st, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our top story, two of this island's leading businessmen, along with the State-run Sanitation Service Authority, yesterday responded to claims made by the opposition Barbados Labour Party Shadow Minister of the Environment, Wilfred Abrams, that 15 new compacted garbage trucks had been imported into the island as part of further privatization of the island's garbage disposal, saying count them out of the development. This as one outspoken private waste hauler bitterly complained about the reported development, telling Barbados Today it was the final nail in the coffin that would only serve to drive the black man out of the waste hauling business. In recent weeks, there has been renewed talk of privatizing some of the services offered by the state-run SSA. Barbados Today understands that one of the deals under contemplation was another public-private sector partnership similar to that which exists with the Ralph Busy Williams Sustainable Barbados Recycling Centre at Vaucluse in St. Thomas. In the meantime, businessman Anderson Fatchild Sherry, who has run into several obstacles with a number of projects, including his Project Recycle, which was ordered shut by the Town and Country Planning Department last year, in the absence of planning permission, feels he is being cut out of the entire waste disposal mix.
Very saddened and upset of how this country is going. I am very saddened. It is very difficult for a black man to operate in this country. I don't see any way, outside of myself, there's much more black people in my age group can survive. Because I have 5 trucks available. I went on my knees and I begged the minister, Lord, please hire my trucks. I'm out of work. I have no money. I can't pay my bill. And now 15 trucks is in the port to put me and all other black businessmen out of business and put hundreds of workers of the Sanitation Service Authority out of work. I think it is wrong. I think it is wrong.
And the owner of Jada Group of companies, Beyond Beercombe, who is in the waste hauling business, along with Mark Maloney, who is currently caught up in a public fight with the chief town planner, Mark Cummins, over the construction of a spring garden base for his Rockhard cement business, both said they were not responsible for bringing in any compactor trucks through the Bridgetown port. And the general manager of the Sanitation Service Authority, Rosalind Knight, also said while tenders had been issued by the statutory corporation for the purchase of new trucks for the SSA, they were definitely not on the island yet. In other news now, the legal advisor to the Barbados Child Care Board is upset that sexual abuse cases involving minors are taking months, sometimes years, to be heard by the law courts. Queen's Counsel Beverly Lady Waldron warned yesterday that when child abuse cases were delayed for long periods, the complainants stood to be re-victimized by having to relive their traumatic ordeal many years later.
I use this opportunity to once more bring to the table and issue a call for all cases concerning a child complainant in sexual abuse matters, particularly, especially, to be heard within a reasonable time. When these cases are delayed, often for years, those children are re-victimized by not being able to put the matter behind them and by having to rehash the facts many years later. Papers have been written on it. When I was on Judicial Council, we had so many of them that I did a paper for that Judicial Council, which under the law is supposed to administer the Supreme Court of Barbados. But again, some of it, only some of it, relates to the fact that preliminary inquiries take a very long time. So again, my police friends, I'm depending on you. I am asking that everything be done to front load these cases.
The fate of Akani McDowell could be decided as early as next week, following the successful tabling of a motion of no confidence in the president of the island's largest public sector trade union last Friday. An initial attempt to oust the president of the National Union of Public Workers had flopped after the number of official signatures fell short of 50 required to summon a special general conference to debate the motion. In a brief comment yesterday, Acting General Secretary Delcia Burke confirmed to Barbados Today that she was in receipt of the document. However, she said she still had to check the number of signatures submitted to her. Once that process is complete, all that would be required is for a date to be set for the conference of the NUPW's membership, which numbers 8,000 strong. However, given the 14-day timeline which the union's regulations stipulate, the General Secretary must act on the resolution from the date of receipt. The NUPW's membership must also be given 7 days' notice of the meeting by way of an official notice in the press. And based on a copy of the resolution, which has been obtained by Barbados Today, McDowell is accused of acting ultra-virus by instructing Sagicor in writing not to deal with Capital Financial Services, Inc. as brokers for the NUPW's Medicare plan. He is also charged with failure to settle outstanding benefits, which resulted in the staff of the NUPW Secretariat taking industrial action on more than one occasion. Furthermore, the NUPW president is accused of not presenting the minutes and the annual report to National Conference for the first time in the union's 72-year history. When contacted, McDowell said though he was aware of the move to oust him, he had not yet been officially notified of either the charges or any pending hearing, even though he said based on what he has been reported to him, he described them as spurious. In sports now, Australia's interim coach, Justin Langer, has forecast the possibility of choosing 2 spinners on slow Caribbean surfaces in the Tri-Series with West Indies and South Africa that begins on Friday. Slotted in as Australia's interim coach while Darren Lehmann takes some time out ahead of future assignments, Langer does not want to tinker too much with a successful limited overs formula and will also be seeking to get acquainted with a role he may find himself applying for in a full-time capacity in the future. Langer said that prevailing conditions in the region, most notably Guyana, where Australia played their first 2 matches of the series, meant both Nathan Lyons and Adam Zampa were in the frame to join the all-rounder Glenn Maxwell as spin bowling options for the captain Stephen Smith.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
We're back with news of the region now. The jury in the Vindra Naipal Coolman murder trial in Trinidad and Tobago has returned a verdict of not guilty for 8 of the 10 men accused of the crime. A retrial has been ordered for the 2 other accused men, Lyndon James and Earl Trimmerham, and the decision was announced in the High Court just after 5 p.m. yesterday. In more regional news, top officials and experts from the myriad sectors around the region are now in Antigua taking an intense look as to how they can move to the dream of OECS unity going forward. They are seeking to dispatch the challenges that stand in the way of ensuring freedom in not only the movement of people, but of goods as well.
The experts are meeting at the St. James's Club for a symposium on the development of a single domestic space within the OECS. The concept is founded on 2 important principles, one having to do with the ability of the people of the OECS to move without hindrance from island to island. The second has to do with the movement of goods. For each, there are a number of issues that have to be worked out. Both matters have been the subject of discussion for much too long. Progress has been slow, and Director General of the OECS, Dr. Didicus Jules, wants to press ahead.
It's really a matter of working with the relevant authorities so that people step out of their silos. Customs, immigration, police, port security all agree, look, guys, this does not make sense. The same way we worked in a unified and seamless manner for World Cup cricket, let's do this for the free movement of people.
On the international scene, Islamic State fighters halted an Iraqi army assault on the city of Fallujah with a counterattack at its southern gates on Tuesday, while the United Nations warned of peril for civilians trapped in the city and used by militants as human shields. The Iraqi army's assault on Fallujah has begun what is expected to be one of the biggest battles ever fought against Islamic State. That's news and sports, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. Also subscribe to our e-paper email updates and like us on Facebook. We are also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.